What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and you guys see that how my line is still keeping Bitcoin from going higher. Yeah, in my yesterday's video, if you watched it, if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so every time I post a video you guys get notified. All right, so as I mentioned, I said that when you have this kind of failure for in a chart, and you guys, when you see there is a close candle, this could stop the price from going higher until we actually, if it's hitting for the first time after a while. And if we get rejected, which I think we will probably do that, or we might push higher and get rejected later and start going back down. It's still, we had this support around here, as I mentioned, that this green candle and this this base of this rally is still keeping Bitcoin from going any lower. But as I said, you guys see that it's still, every time we are hitting this line, this blue line, we get rejected. But let's see how it's gonna perform this time, because it went lower. It's getting, probably is a little bit of support, and if it goes higher, we might see it even a new a higher, higher high for Bitcoin. And as I have mentioned before, that we're getting very close to this level. I'm gonna show you guys, as I said, this blue line I am watching very closely before we make this base rally. It is getting very close. Bitcoin might even push lower temporarily if it's getting to a correction, but I want you guys to look at this chart. This is the chart for total market cap. You guys see that although Bitcoin has hit its all-time high, but we are still away from it, from it in total market cap, and that means that there is still way to go higher for uh, altcoins, and I think their altcoins could push up total market cap higher to get to reach the same level as Bitcoin it is right now, which is the total in all-time high right now. Okay, so that would totally make sense that USDT will lose dominance, because it's gonna be converted into altcoins. And even if Bitcoin pushes lower temporarily, we could see even money flows from Bitcoin into altcoins, because everybody is almost confident that this is the same thing that we are repeating, and we are around the all-time high, and we're gonna start going back even higher. But as I said, I am still warning you guys that we're going to have rate cuts. A lot of people do not still understand how rate cuts actually have bad effect on the stock market. We have been pushing higher because our rate cuts have been either stopped, or it has been going higher. So you guys see how it was affecting the stock market and crypto positively. So it is the opposite. If you guys think that a cutting rate is going to be better because it's going to give power to customers and people for buying, it's going to give more power of buying for people. Yes, that could be a very valid point, but every time you guys can search about it, every time we have the first rate cut, S&P 500 usually drops 20 to 30%. And you guys know, if it drops 20 to 30%, Bitcoin will eventually follow. All right, so even 20 to 30%, I'm going to show you how much lower we can go, even if we are from this point right now. So I'm going to go zoom in. So let's say we're going to go 20% from just the all-time high. If we go down 20%, that will be going back to, it's going to go almost 14 to $15,000 down, and we will revisit $54,000, which would totally make sense. And the reason is because, as I said, $54,000 was a very hard point to break, but we saw that Bitcoin, by going sideways for several days, it could break it actually. So this was the area that I was showing you guys that I was still watching for Bitcoin to not break, and it totally broke it. So it was like around here. Okay, it's $54,000. So if we go back down, we could get support, and we might have another try to go higher. But as I'm saying, we could still see the same pattern repeating again one more time for Bitcoin. And if we go lower, we're gonna probably, if we get rejected, we're gonna even go lower and revisit even 40s and 30s. Okay, So by having the rate cuts, guys, I am still having doubts that we're gonna go and start a rally anytime soon. Okay. But the good news is there is still opportunity. In my opinion, none of these are financial advice, but in my opinion, there are a lot of coins to be pumped still. It does not mean that you should just get into any coin you want. A lot of coins have already done is their pump, and they are gonna still retrace while other altcoins are pumping. And you guys need to keep that in mind. Do not get into any coin you want. There are over 2 million tokens. There are a lot of tokens being created every single day, so you do not want to jump into any random coin. Yes, that would be a total gamble, but it's up to you. But I wouldn't do that because I was investing into any random coin right and left and right, and it was not working for me. So I would not really suggest you guys to do that. All right. So I want to also mention that in our members video, I have been calling a lot of coins very on time, and there was another coin that I don't want to call the name of it because that will not be fair to my members. It has already it's done its pump. I can just tell you guys, but I'm just not going to. But it has done 20 times right after I called it. It did 20 times. So our members, by only paying $9.99, they have already made a lot more money than they are paying monthly for the membership. So go ahead and join if you haven't already. So if we get to this point, guys, still I'm expecting that Bitcoin is gonna get rejected and altcoins in general, and we're gonna probably push higher. Remember when I was calling the rejection around this closed candles because we were seeing all these shadows, and you guys saw how we got rejected and went higher. This was the drop for Bitcoin when we had this pushback down. Okay, so it totally makes sense to see it one more time once we get to this level, and this level is going to be a stronger support in my opinion. You guys see all these shadows and all these closed candles around this area, and that is not very far from it. The rest of this money can go flow into altcoins, so Bitcoin might just go sideways for a while, and while the rest of the USDT being lost and flowing into altcoins. And that once we get around here, we need to watch it very closely. We might just go sideways for several days or get rejected very fast and go back down, back down for Bitcoin's price and back up for USDT dominance. So I am still expecting a bigger pullback for USDT dominance because we have already broken the support. We had this small pullback, but I do not really call this a pullback because based on this length of the chart, I am expecting a bigger pullback, and we might go back up around 8 to 9% for USDT dominance, and that will double the USDT dominance. And if that happens, it could affect price of Bitcoin. Okay, as I said, a lot of money is getting is flowing into crypto from people's bank accounts, so that's a fresh money coming into crypto, but most of it is gonna be still used from USDT. And as long as I see this bullish chart for USDT, and you guys know that it affects the price oppositely, so if it goes higher, you know that Bitcoin is gonna go low, a lot lower. Okay, a lot of you guys think that by just holding, you're just going to be fine. It is fine as long as you have the patience and you have the guts to see your portfolio going down temporarily at least. Okay, so if we go back down, guys, we might see another bull trap as we saw in the last bull market, guys. We made a higher high for several weeks. We made a higher high, we got rejected, we even pushed even higher than this level, and you guys saw that we still got rejected. So this could happen the same again, and we might even push up to 70 to $75,000 and then start going back down because it was going to be almost the same time as USDT getting to this level and rate cuts happening and recession is around the corner. So I'm just repeating some of this because I can't really tell you guys enough about this recession because the economy is not doing great, and the goal of US is gonna be eventually cutting the rates back to 2%, 2% and a half at least. And if we are still around here, eventually we have the rate cuts. The timing for the rate cuts is gonna be hard, but they can, if they see that they need to cut the rates sooner than later, they will do that, and that will shock the markets, and that would create fear for a lot of people and panic sell. Okay, so it's still, as I'm saying, as you guys see that this line that I made yesterday, we were around here when I was talking about it. So you guys saw that how many times we are getting rejected again. And if we even break above, we might just see a higher high for Bitcoin, even up to 70K. But if we get rejected, I'm going to watch this level to be touched around $63,000. Okay, that's about it. If you haven't already, and if you appreciate this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Please like the video right now. It helps the channel, and I will be back soon. Peace.